Let's start the book. Traction. Mastering leadership, management, and growth strategies. Point 1. Think of your business as its own person, with its own needs and goals. Don't mix business with personal. Let's think about your business in a new way. Picture it as a living, breathing creature, separate from you or anyone else in it. Just like a human body, it's made up of different parts that need to work together smoothly for the whole thing to stay healthy and alive. If one part isn't doing its job, it can throw the whole system off. Now let's break down these parts. They're like the vital organs of your business creature. First up, we got vision. This is the brain of your business. It's where you decide what your business is all about, where it's headed, and how it's going to get there. Next, we have people. They're the heart of your business, pumping energy and life into every other part. It's super important to have the right people in the right jobs to keep your business healthy. Then there's data. This is like the blood flowing through your business, carrying important information to every part. It gives you a clear, unbiased look at how your business is doing. Issues are like the aches and pains that tell you something's wrong. They're the problems and challenges that need to be tackled so your business can run smoothly. Process is the skeleton of your business. It's the structure and standard procedures that make sure everything runs consistently and efficiently. Finally, we have traction. This is the muscle that pushes your business forward. It's all about taking that vision and making it happen with discipline and accountability. Seeing your business as its own creature means understanding these parts and how they depend on each other. It means not getting so caught up in the day-to-day stuff that you lose sight of the big picture. It's about setting up systems and processes that let each part do its job and contribute to the overall health and growth of the business. So, instead of trying to do everything yourself, you focus on taking care of these key parts. You make sure your vision is clear and everyone knows it. You have the right people in the right jobs, you're keeping track of the right data, dealing with issues as they come up, making your processes as efficient as possible, and keeping your business moving towards your goals. This way of thinking lets you work on your business, not just in it. It helps you lead with a strategic mindset instead of getting stuck in the nitty-gritty details. And in the end, it sets your business up for long-term growth and success. Point 2. Know where you're going. Have a clear vision for your business. In Traction, Gino Wickman drives home the point that vision is the backbone of any organization. Think of it like a ship's destination. Without a clear endpoint, the ship would just bob around aimlessly in the water. The same goes for a company. Without a clear vision, it's like a ship without a compass, directionless and purposeless. But here's the thing. A vision isn't just some highfalutin idea that only the boss knows about. It's a crystal clear snapshot of what the company stands for, its goals, and how it plans to reach those goals. It's the roadmap that guides every decision and action within the company. However, Wickman points out a common hiccup. Often, the vision stays locked up in the boss's head. It's not shared with the rest of the team. This can lead to a whole lot of confusion, lack of motivation, and inefficiency. It's like everyone's rowing in different directions. To fix this, Wickman suggests that the vision needs to be spelled out and shared with everyone in the company. This can be done in team meetings, presentations, or even in written documents. To help bosses and leaders get their vision down pat, Wickman offers a bunch of questions as part of his entrepreneurial operating system. These questions cover everything from the company's core values to its 10-year target and marketing strategy. For instance, the question, "What are your core values?" nudges the boss to pinpoint the guiding principles of the company. These core values, usually less than 10, are the company's moral compass and should be shared with everyone. Likewise, the question, "What is your 10-year target?" pushes the boss to set long-term goals for the company. These goals give the company a clear direction and motivate everyone to work towards them. In a nutshell, vision is the lifeblood of a company. It gives direction, sets the purpose, and guides every decision and action. But for it to work, it needs to be clear, spelled out, and shared with everyone in the company. Point 3. Get the right people in the right jobs. Your team can make or break your business. Let's talk about a key idea that's as simple as it is powerful: getting the right people in the right seats. Picture an orchestra. You've got all sorts of musicians, each a master of their own instrument. If you ask the violinist to bang the drums or the flutist to strum the cello, you get a pretty wonky tune. Why? Because each musician is a pro at their own instrument, not someone else's. The same goes for your team. Each role needs a specific set of skills, and if you've got folks in roles that don't match their skills, your team's performance will take a hit. So, who are the right people? They're the ones who fit right into your company's culture and core values. They're all in on your mission and eager to help your company succeed. They've got the skills, the experience, and the right attitude for their roles. And what about the right seats? These are the roles that make the most of each person's skills and abilities. When people are in roles that play to their strengths, they're more likely to be engaged, productive, and successful. But here's the thing. Sometimes you've got the wrong people in the right seats or the right people in the wrong seats. The first scenario is when you've got someone who's got the skills for their role, but they just don't gel with your company's values. The second scenario is when you've got someone who fits right into your company culture, but they're in a role that doesn't make the most of their skills. Let's bring this to life with an example. Say you've got a tech startup with a genius software engineer who's all about innovation and teamwork. But for some reason, this engineer is stuck in a sales role. They're the right person, but they're in the wrong seat. Their skills aren't being used to their full potential. On the flip side, you might have a salesperson who's a whiz at their job, but they don't really vibe with your company's values. They're the wrong person in the right seat. To tackle these issues, there's a handy tool called the People Analyzer. It helps leaders figure out if people are in the right seats and if they're in sync with the company's values. If something's off, leaders can then shuffle people around to roles that better suit their skills or address any cultural mismatches. So, to wrap it up, getting the right people in the right seats is all about matching skills with roles and making sure everyone's on board with your company's values. Nail this, and you're on your way to boosting your team's performance and success. Point 4. Keep score. Use a scorecard to track performance and hold people accountable. Let's talk about a concept that might sound a bit fancy at first: accountability. In any team or business, accountability is all about owning up to your responsibilities. It's about being able to explain why you did what you did and being ready to answer for the results of your actions. Now, how do we make this concept of accountability more tangible? That's where a scorecard comes in. Think of a scorecard as a report card for your business. It gives you a quick snapshot of how your business is doing and how close you are to achieving your goals. It's a visual way of showing accountability. So, what goes into this scorecard? It should have key performance indicators, KPIs, that matter to your business. These could be things like how much money you're making every week, how happy your customers are, or how well a specific project is going. The idea is to focus on the things that directly affect your bottom line and your strategic goals. But a scorecard isn't just a bunch of numbers. It's a tool for accountability because it makes someone responsible for each metric. For instance, the person in charge of sales and marketing would be responsible for the sales activity metric. They would need to regularly report on this metric, explain any changes, and come up with solutions for any problems. This brings us to another important point. A scorecard helps you solve problems quickly. By checking your metrics regularly, like every week, you can spot issues before they become big problems. This means you can fix things right away, instead of waiting for an annual review to find out something's been going wrong for months. In a nutshell, a scorecard is a great way to boost accountability in your team. It gives you a clear picture of performance, makes someone responsible for each metric, and helps you solve problems quickly. By using a scorecard, you can keep your team focused, motivated, and working towards your goals. Point 5. Don't run from problems. Face them head-on and find solutions. Let's face it, problems are a part of life, especially in business. But instead of running away from them, we need to roll up our sleeves and tackle them head-on. Sounds tough, right? Don't worry, we'll break it down for you. First off, remember that problems aren't monsters under the bed. They're just challenges waiting to be conquered. Burying your head in the sand and hoping they'll go away? That's a no-go. Instead, be proactive. Get in there and sort things out. Creating an open and honest environment is the first step. If your team feels like they can't speak up, problems will just keep piling up. So, as a leader, it's your job to encourage open communication. Be transparent, own up to your mistakes, and be open to feedback. Sure, it might feel a bit awkward at first, but it's a crucial part of problem solving. Once you've spotted a problem, don't just slap a Band-Aid on it. Get your leadership team together and dig deep. The problem you see might just be the tip of the iceberg, so roll up your sleeves and get to the root of the issue. This is how you'll find real, workable solutions. Next, it's time to put on your thinking caps and strategize. Some problems might not need immediate attention and can be part of your long-term goals. But if it's urgent, you need to act fast. Get your team together and brainstorm. Two heads are better than one, right? Having clear processes in place is also super important. Think of it like a recipe. Without clear instructions, you'll end up with a mess. So make sure you have well-defined processes for everything: HR, marketing, sales, operations, accounting, customer relations, you name it. To do this, get your leadership team together and agree on these processes. Remember, your company is unique, so your processes should be too. The goal is to create processes that will help your company thrive. Once you've got them, write them down and make sure everyone sticks to them. And don't forget to review them regularly to make any necessary tweaks. So, there you have it. Tackling problems head-on involves open communication, deep analysis, team strategizing, and clear processes. Follow these steps, and you'll be well on your way to overcoming any challenge that comes your way. Point 6. Take action. A plan is nothing without action. In Traction, Gino Wickman drives home the point that action is the heartbeat of any plan or strategy. He paints a picture where action is the life-giving force that keeps a plan alive and kicking, pushing it towards its ultimate goal. Without action, a plan or strategy is just a fancy idea with no real-world impact or results. Let's break this down with a simple analogy. Picture a car. This car is your plan or strategy. The engine, wheels, and steering system are the nuts and bolts of your plan, the steps you need to take or the processes you need to put in place. But without fuel, the car won't budge. It'll just sit there no matter how sleek or efficient it is. In this analogy, action is the fuel. It's what gets the car moving, turning the potential of the plan into reality. Wickman goes on to say that gaining traction or making headway towards your goals boils down to two key ingredients: a clear vision and decisive action. A vision without action is like a car with an empty gas tank. It might be shiny and ready to hit the road, but it won't move an inch. On the flip side, action without a clear vision is like driving around in circles with no destination in mind. You might be moving, but you're not getting anywhere meaningful. A lot of folks and companies find the action part tough. It's pretty straightforward to whip up a plan or strategy, but it's often a struggle to take the necessary steps to put it into action. This is where discipline and accountability step in. It's not enough to be busy. The actions taken need to be intentional and contribute to the achievement of the company's goals. To tackle this challenge, Wickman advises focusing on measurable actions that directly contribute to the company's objectives. This calls for a shift from being just busy to being productive. It's not about how many actions you take, but how effective these actions are in moving the company closer to its goals. In a nutshell, action is the lifeblood of every plan or strategy. It's what turns dreams into reality and propels a company towards its goals. Without action, a plan is just a pipe dream, and without a clear vision, action is aimless. The secret to gaining traction is to pair a clear vision with decisive, purposeful action. Point 7. Conclusion. Achieving business success is not a matter of luck, but a result of strategic planning and execution. The key to this is gaining traction, a consistent and systematic approach to running your business. This involves setting clear goals, maintaining focus, and ensuring that all team members are aligned towards these objectives. The Entrepreneurial Operating System, EOS, is a practical method that can help businesses gain traction. It involves 6 key components: vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction. By mastering these components, businesses can operate more efficiently, overcome obstacles, and achieve their goals. Vision is about having a clear direction for your business. It's about knowing where you want to go and how you plan to get there. People are your most valuable resource. You need to have the right people in the right positions to drive your business forward. Data provides a factual basis for decision-making, helping you to cut through subjective opinions and emotions. Issues are the problems and obstacles that stand in your way. By identifying and resolving these issues, you can move your business forward. Process involves systemizing your business to ensure consistency and efficiency. And finally, traction is about bringing discipline and accountability into your organization, ensuring that plans are executed and goals are achieved. In conclusion, gaining traction is about taking a holistic approach to running your business. It's about setting clear goals, having the right people in place, using data to make informed decisions, resolving issues, systemizing your processes, and maintaining discipline and accountability. By mastering these 6 key components, you can drive your business towards success.